Hello, and welcome to my first ever Let's Play, which is going to be of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, the 10th game in the series, and the second one in the Tellius series, the first one being Path of Radiance. I am doing them out of order because I have a family member that wanted to see this game, and it's also my favorite game of all time. I've beaten this game numerous times, so I have a lot of experience and a lot I want to talk about. And it's a good place to start, so why not? I'm going to be quiet for a little bit once we get past the motion sensor guy, whatever he's supposed to be called, unsafe Wii guy, whatever he's called. I'm going to be quiet because I want everyone to be able to experience the opening. And I'm not holding the Wii remote sideways because I'm playing with the GameCube controller. But let me be quiet now. And that was the opening cutscene of the game. You don't get to see that full thing if you haven't beaten the game before, but as I have, the full thing is unlocked. There's certain parts they keep away, they don't show if you haven't beaten it to not spoil All the little bits we just saw will be seen later in the game, so I won't explain anything in the comments or whatever, because we'll get to see it later. And then there's this. If you wait long enough on the title screen, then you get descriptions of the classes, and it only does so many before it goes back. But we're gonna ignore that. We get to see both? No. Okay, so this title screen is also something unlocked for beating the game at least once. Normally, it's got a lion in the back. We might see it on later episodes if I start on the title screen. We'll see. May as well do it at least once to show both of them. But we're going to start out. So, start chapter. I had a playthrough I never finished. I don't even remember what it was. Oh well. Why do I have... That is weird. I have the beginning of part 3 and then another one in part 1. Oh well, they're getting removed. So, as you can see... Also, I'm going to skip all this. Skip! Oh no. That's the ending of the game. We're not gonna see what that is. Staff credits. We've beaten the game. It's a very short game. It's 1 part long. But no, I gotta do this to restart the game. Start a new file. With the benefits from having beaten the game. We'll get to see all this end game stuff in full in the final episode. All of this. All of it. We'll get to see it all. Yeah, clear data was saved here. Yada da 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 da. So we'll just go over this one. I don't even remember what playthrough this was. Part 9 apparently. But yeah, clear shows the amount of times I've cleared the game, so I've cleared it at least 11 times. That's only on this Wii alone. I have beaten the game more than that on other Wiis. And now we're back to the title screen. No, we don't get to see the line. We'll see it later. So, start chapter, clear data, and we're going to be playing on normal difficulty. It's just the one I usually go with. I have beaten it on hard before, and the first time I played it I did it on easy, but we'll just be doing normal. It's my preferred experience. And we get another cutscene. Part 1. Silver-haired maiden. Prologue. Under gray skies.
Find anything?
Not yet, sir. No.
Someone's gotta be here. Keep looking.
Sir. We're wasting our time. There's no one here. I know I heard something.
Hush, you. Please, don't cry. If they hear you, you'll give us away.
Who's there? Is it the Dawn Brigade? No, it was just a bird.
Thought we didn't see you?
Look, silver hair. If it's the fortune teller, we'll be heroes. Without her, the Dawn Brigade is nothing.
Oh, the general's going to love this.
Right? Sir.
Listen up, class. If you don't want to get hurt, don't struggle.
He's not alone.
Terrassa, the Dayan capital, a few days later. Dayan being a country, and Tellius being a continent. That was one of few CGI cutscenes in the game. There's only a handful of them. I will be quiet during all of them. But here we are. Something must have happened to him. Don't worry. He'll be here. Hey, I have an idea. Micaiah, why don't you use your farsight to see when Leonardo will arrive? Edward, you know that's not how it works. I foresee some things, but I don't get to choose what I see. I was just teasing. Still, Leonardo's never late. Something must have... Help! Someone please help us! Bandits! Bandits are attacking the town! Run away! Who knows what the brutes will do if they catch you? Where is the Imperial Occupation Army this time? How can they keep the peace when they're nowhere to be found? Who, the Benyon soldiers? Ha! They don't care a lick about us. We lost the war and they won. We're nothing to them. They're only interested in chasing down the Dawn Brigade. They let the real scoundrels run wild and brutalize us. They're worse than useless. We'll be glad to help you. Just find some place to hide and leave those bandits to us. And don't worry about us. We happen to be members of that same Dawn Brigade that the Benyon troops are so interested in. What? Really? You guys are in the Dawn Brigade? Wow, my friends and I talk about you all the time. You? But you're just children. Oh, how Dayan has fallen. Children forced to fight and steal for the good of the poor. But we can't fight the rogues, so we'll take you up on your offer. Please be careful. They'll slice clean through you if they can. That text is so slow. I gotta fix that as soon as I can, which will be soon. Listen up, you louts. This town is nothing but idiot kids and drooling graybeards. Steal everything you can. Did they teach you shouts? Yune, it's dangerous here. Go find someplace safe for now. Yune is her bird. Alright, first things first. What are the options? Game speed fast. Message max. And I like to have the experience window on. And I also turn the unit circles on because it helps with a particular character. Only one though. And everything else I'll just leave as is. So, we have two characters starting off to look at. And actually, if I can find it, I should have already had this up, but you know, you're not being prepared for things. That's not the one. There it is. One of these characters we're forced to use. They are one of the lords of the game, and will be in every chapter possible. And then the other one we're not using. I already have the units decided for who I'm using for this playthrough, and it was decided by somebody else, the person I'm making this Let's Play for. They decided the units a long time ago. Probably don't even remember, but we'll get to them. So the first one is Micaiah. She is a light mage. She is one of the two lords of the game. One of the two characters required to be in every chapter possible that they can be in. So we will be seeing a lot of her. She is pretty slow, but also very accurate and has a lot of resistance and will eventually get a lot of luck. So she starts to be able to dodge a bit and will basically never get criticaled. She can take magic hits well, and she almost never misses. Light is also the most accurate type of magic in the game, but it's also tied for the weakest. And then she also has an herb for healing a bit. And then the other character we have is Edward. He is a Myrmidon. So he only uses swords. He is very fast, also pretty accurate, has a good crit chance, even has a skill specifically for it. But he's not that strong, at least right now. and he won't be very strong in general because we're not using him. I guess I can also go over some other skills. Edward starts with Wrath. If he has 30% or less of his health, then he gets a big crit bonus, bigger chance to get criticals, 50% it even says, which stacks with his benefit of getting 5 right off the bat, which is very nice. And then Micaiah has Sacrifice. She can use her own HP to heal others, and that is a unique skill to her, cannot be taken off. Pretty neat stuff. So, the smart thing to do in cases like this is to have Micaiah attack first, since she can't be attacked back. A pretty girl like you'll fetch a pretty penny for me. Now be a good girl and come to Papa. That is the language used for magic spells and also by certain other characters. I can't read it, but I know there's translations of it on like Serenus, among other places. What did you say? That better not have been an insult, you. Huh? And then we transition to the fight scene. I'll keep these on. And then if enough people aren't a fan of it, I can see about turning them off. But now, if we have Edward attack, it doesn't really matter for now. He still has a chance of taking 4 damage. But cases like that can make it so you avoid taking any damage. And Edward might dodge anyways. No. Good job, Edward. I do like the victory animation where he tosses the sword in the air and then catches it. Like this guy coming up. This game does not have the single button to activate all enemy ranges, so if you want to see the enemy's range, you have to individually click on them all. I think that was added in Shadow Dragon, which is the game after this one, actually, but I could be wrong. But this time, we will have Edward attack first, and Micaiah will either heal him or kill the bandit. Yeah, she'll kill the bandit. And the reason I'm going to do this is because if you saw with Edward, he got more experience. He's at 30 now, Micaiah's only at 10. And that's because Edward got the kill. So if I have Micaiah attack this guy now, she'll get more experience for getting the kill. And she gets a critical, so we get to see this fancy animation. I find mages have some of the weakest critical animations, like the least interesting. But it's cool we get to see it pretty early on. No matter the manner of man, the goddess judges with an even hand. So now, I will have Edward go here. And just sit, and then Micaiah will go here and heal him. Show off Sacrifice, what it looks like, and she gets some experience for it, which is pretty cool. If you saw there, the bandit went over the same tile the bird was on, and the bird flew away. There's cool little things like that every now and then in some of the maps. It's not too common, but I think it's neat. And there was a crit from Edward as well, and he got an herb for it. Myrmidons like Edward do get a lot of criticals. He's close to getting a level up. Alright. And here's another character. Micaiah! Leonardo, how did you find us? A little bird told me. Yours, in fact. What were you two thinking, taking on these bandits along? That's beyond reckless. I'm sorry, Leonardo. We couldn't just leave the helpless villagers to these monsters. Please, help us fight them. And here's another character. And one we will be using. This is Leonardo. He is an archer, so he can only use bows, which can only attack from 2 away. So if a bandit with an axe comes up to him, for example, he can't counterattack like Edward did. Leonardo's skill is cancel. If he attacks an enemy and this activates, they don't get to counterattack. It's not too great on Leonardo because, for example, like those bandits with the axes, they can't counterattack him anyways when he's attacking because he's too far away. But it can be helpful against other archers or against mages or specific enemies with weapons that attack at a distance. We'll get into them later. Leonardo is also pretty slow, also pretty accurate, and also has rather high resistance as far as archers go. Similar to Micaiah. I consider him the weakest archer in the game, but archers get really crazy later on. Like, they're really good later on. So he is the weakest by a notable degree, but he'll still be nuts by endgame. He also comes with a Draco Shield, which is an item that if we use it, it permanently goes away, but it raises defense by 2. I will not be using them till the end of the game, as I like to use them to fix up weak spots for my team. So if someone's got really low defense, I'll use the Draco Shield to make their defense better, for example. But yeah, we'll get Leonardo down here, and then Bronze Axe, yeah, doesn't matter. So we'll just have, let's see, yeah, don't want to risk Micaiah getting hurt if we can avoid it, so have Micaiah attack this guy. Experience. And then we will put Edward here so he can be in range and start the next set of fights. And he's definitely gonna get a level up. Ooh, Dust of 64. Alright, what do you get, Edward? Literally the worst possible level up, only 1 stat. Earlier Fire Emblem games had it where there was a chance you would get no stats, stats upgraded with a level up. Radiant Dawn makes it so you're guaranteed to get 1 stat, but it's still really bad. So we have Leonardo, so let's get him into some action. You're not going to see that very often. That X2, that's him being able to double the enemy. You're not going to see that often at all. Leonardo is usually very slow. But we're using him, so we'll have him get no fight. Plus we get to see what his animations look like. Pretty simple stuff. Shoots an arrow. Waves his hand. I do like his appearance. He's got a very nice outfit. Alright. Kaya. Attack this guy. She would die here. 9 attack, 9 might, and she only has 7 HP. But she's gonna attack first. She can't miss, so I'm not afraid of her dying here. And that's her level up. Does she get a better one than Edward? Much better. She will get a lot of magic, luck, and resistance, and she usually doesn't get defense, so I'm okay with that. She really needs speed, though. Also, I may as well point this out now. If you look at her, the box that appears when I highlight over her, there's that green arrow in the upper corner. That is biorhythm. It is a thing that every character, every unit in the game, enemies are affected by it too. It's randomized at the beginning of every playthrough, I believe, and most characters have different biorhythms. Like the wave for Micaiah is different from the wave of Edward and Leo. And if it's good or best, you get a buff to your dodging and hitting. If it's in the red, so bad or worst, you get a nerf to your dodging and hitting. Shakes up the game a little bit. Usually it's mostly an annoyance, but we will, we'll just take it. We don't really have a choice. I'm also going to do some simple math here. So he has 19 attack, but he has an axe, so he loses the weapon triangle. So he effectively has 18 attack against Edward. Sorry, got hiccups. 18 minus 5, still enough to kill Edward. So we're gonna put Edward up here and have him use an herb. Make sure he doesn't die. Boss is gonna come down. Who do you brats think you are? The Dawn Brigade? And the Dawn Brigade is a group of freedom fighters, effectively. That is pretty weak. Let's see, can we kill you this turn without a critical? 6 plus 10. That's 16. And 6, that's 22. We can. Alright, perfect. I'm gonna give the kill to... I really can't give it to anyone this turn except Edward without Edward dying. I can't afford to have that happen. Alright, what if we do this? Have... Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. Kai's gonna go here. 13, that's still not enough? Alright, here's what we'll do. Sacrifice for the free experience. And then Edward will still die if he gets hit. So we'll just use another herb. And then we will have Leo get a free hit in. We're at this point in the game, if anyone dies, it's an instant game over, so I can't afford to let Edward die. But even if I could, I'm gonna try and make this a no deaths playthrough. It's usually not that hard. And one of the reasons, I can show this off real quick, is the battle save. Anytime you click on an empty tile, you have the option to go down to battle save. You can say yes. And then it says saved battle save data. Select resume chapter to continue your game. Now, in most other Fire Emblems, this sort of thing would boot you out of the game. It's usually just meant to be there so you can save in the middle of a chapter, go do other things, and come back to it. This still lets you play after you've saved, and it doesn't delete the save. So you can use it as a single-use save state, effectively. So if you're relying on good luck to get through a turn without dying, you can just abuse battle saves. I'll try not to abuse them too hard, because it is kind of cheap, but I will be using them. So, yeah, I'll have Leo attack, and then Micaiah finish, because that way Leo still gets some experience. And finish him off. You give proper thieves a bad name. Ha! You like charity? Come closer. I'll show you some charity. These people work hard to feed their families mere scraps. Then you come along and steal what little they've earned. Shut up, kid. I work hard too. You want honest? Once I've sold you, I'll have earned an honest penny. And that's it. Ah, what just happened? That is the prologue done. Fantastic! We won! It's just like you said, Micaiah. They were no match for us. Yune, come here. You did it! Thank you so much. We owe you our lives. You there, what are you doing? Stop immediately! Well, well, well. Look who decided to show up. Ben Yon soldiers. They certainly took their time, didn't they? We mustn't be caught. Micaiah! Edward! Make a break for it! Run! I'm sorry. We have to leave. I know. Thank you again for all you've done. Now go. Run. Hey lady, my name's Nico. When I grow up, I want to be just like you guys. Come back sometime. Hold it! Stop right there! Who are you bellowing at, soldier? General Jared! When did you arrive? Answer my question, maggot. I want to know who you were yelling at and why you did nothing but yell at them. Sorry, sir. We suspect they were from the Dawn Brigade, a band of thieves that targets goods levied from the town. People say they give what they've stolen back to the villagers and strut around acting like heroes. They're said to have a witch among them, a girl called the Silver-Haired Maiden. They say she can heal wounds instantly by laying her hands on any injury. Townspeople treat her like a savior. And what have you been doing about this band of fools? Sir, a few days ago we stormed their hideout. We found a girl much like the Silver-Haired Maiden. We ran the dogs from their den, but they were cunning and cautious. And we lost them. I see. I'm beginning to understand. How do you mean, sir? I'm beginning to understand exactly how incompetent you all are. Ugh. Make the villagers talk. I want to know who these bandits are and where they're hiding. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I don't care who they are. The more kick they have in them, the more fun for us, don't you think, sir? Precisely. Overseeing this dusty old town is wearing thin. A little fresh game is just what I need. So yeah, that guy's not very nice. He just killed his own soldier because he couldn't keep up. And that'll be it for this part. I'll do one chapter per episode. They'll get pretty long, especially later on. But I'd rather just do one long episode of a chapter than have a chapter divided into numerous episodes. So, catch me next time when we do Chapter 1, which is called, if it'll save, we don't get to see it. We'll see you in a moment. See you then.